all yiggity, and we're back. And it's just been a little quick update on the Karmelo Anthony situation. I know there was a lot of y'all hating, wish that it was over for the kid. It's not the end of his chapter, but I got a little message for the haters out there real quick, because I know everybody's out there.
A lot of people online in my comments saying Karmelo should have got more time.
Yeah.
Saying he's gonna die in prison.
Right.
Well, 6 top attorneys in Texas have aligned to form Karmelo Anthony's defense team.
Yeah.
Funny how the same thing that make you laugh or make you cry.
That's right. And then to top that off, we're going to go straight to the update from the county that he live in. Shout out CBS News in Texas. But here we go.
We now know what comes next in the appeals process for Karmelo Anthony. I'm Denny Cahill here at the CBS News Texas assignment desk, and we now know that 2 dates have been set for hearings related to the appeals process. Now, we told you last month when the 19-year-old was convicted of murder and sentenced to 35 years in prison for the stabbing death of Austin Metcalf at a Frisco track meet. Less than 24 hours after the verdict came in, we know that Anthony's legal team filed a notice of appeal. That's where we are now, and that's why we have these 2 court dates now set. On that first court date, August 19th, Anthony's attorneys are expected to ask that the state district judge, John Roach Jr., be removed from overseeing the post-conviction proceedings. That motion is expected to be heard by a judge out of San Antonio. Now, on that following day, on August 20th, Anthony's attorneys are expected to argue their motion for a new trial. A group of well-known civil rights and criminal defense attorneys say that they are going to represent Anthony pro bono during this appeals process. Also, earlier this week, we did speak with the Collin County District Attorney, who told us in an exclusive interview that he believes Anthony's appeal will be denied. Anthony's new set of attorneys say that they plan to conduct a new, fresh, independent review of the trial record to determine if there was any reversible errors that occurred. Of course, we are going to stay on top of this at the CBS News Texas assignment desk.
Yeah, but I'm like, listen, that dude, he done slipped up and put his foot in his mouth. And shout out to P.O. Court. She bust that down so good. Go ahead and tell him, sis.
So I want y'all to look at this video of Big Bird Vilworski, the legal lyncher from Collin County, the prosecutor that legally lynched Karmelo Anthony, along with his legal defense team. Yeah, his big ass. See, the thing that I love when these old washed racist prosecutors get on TV, they don't understand how media, and they don't know how receipts work. The receipt is this video. A video of him proclaiming to not know that Karmelo Anthony was going to testify. But them transcripts in the affidavit said something totally fucking different. Take a look.
The state put on 21 witnesses, 3 days of testimony, but there were 2 people we did not hear from.
He's like, make me move.
Bill tells us they did not want to put Austin Metcalf's twin brother, Hunter, on the stand because it would be traumatizing.
We were actually looking forward to see what Karmelo Anthony would have to say, and unfortunately, he chose not to talk.
So, Big Bird, explain how the fuck you didn't know in the transcripts you set him up. You knew y'all had this fake-ass gentleman's agreement that violated Karmelo Anthony's constitutional rights. But you want to get on camera and say you didn't fucking know. You a fucking lie. Ass. You see, what you thought was your plan and your scheme to legally lynch another innocent black man was going to work. It didn't work when you were sexually harassing those 6 white women and retaliating against them because they didn't want your big sloppy bird ass. Yeah, because we know, because you ended up having to settle for $1.75 million in a civil case.
Not the T.
Just like that didn't work, this not gonna work. Because anything you say, do, stand, and receive, or get on TV and report on, can and will be used against your dumb ass, Big Bird.
And you heard it from the source. She wasn't playing no games. If y'all was confused on the dates, we'll go through that real quick.
I just want to say, looks like we're getting somewhere in the Karmelo Anthony case. Now, as of August the 19th at 8 o'clock, maybe 9 o'clock p.m. in Collin County, Judge Sid Harle will hear the recusal motion. And then August, now, this is really interesting because August the 19th is Nolan Wells' birthday.
Ooh, did y'all know
Yes.
that?
August the 19th is Nolan Wells' birthday. But Karmelo Anthony will be, his case will be heard for recusal of Judge John Roach, and Judge Sid Harle will be presiding over that hearing. Now, August the 20th, there will be another hearing for the new trial. Now, they don't have a time or a
Yep.
place for that yet. But when I tell you, won't he do it? God will do it. 3 plus 5 is 8. And 8 means infinity. What goes around, come back around. And it's coming back around for us. Now, won't he do it? I love to see all you naysayers get mad, drop
Oh,
the
yeah.
phone, unfollow.
Oh, yeah.
Do whatever you like, but you can't stop God, baby. I believe Karmelo Anthony. Set him free.
I really can't argue with that. I really can't argue with that at all. I don't know if y'all feel the same way, but I do. I think there's a little bit something more divine that we got going on with this Carmelo Anthony case, right? So I ain't gonna count the boy out. I hope y'all don't count the boy out either. If y'all want to make sure y'all stay up on this case, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to this joint right here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and leave it on out with my girl, because like when I was watching this whole case, there was one person that stood out to me that had some things in order, and I think they was well missed. So I'm a play Shorty. Shout out to Nora Day. She really put some inaccuracies in the reporting on the witnesses in the Carmelo Anthony trial. Come on, check this out. This is why they might be getting a new case.
Intentionally doing dishonest reporting about what is going on in the trial of Karmelo Anthony. They're conveniently not going into the details and the inconsistencies in the witness's testimony, but luckily I was able to find somebody on Reddit who was actually detailing what each of the witnesses were testifying to. So allow me to paint you the picture of what I believe actually happened.
And real quick, you know what? Y'all need to get into that Reddit too. You can find a lot of stuff on Reddit that be like hidden. Like they got a lot of stuff on Reddit. I'm gonna let her kick for just a quick bit, and then we gonna be out.
Through each of the witnesses' testimonies, and it's very clear that not everybody had a clear picture of what happened. So on the day of the stabbing, it started pouring down rain, which caused a delay in the track meet. Very common for athletes. And each of the schools seemingly brought their own tents and set them up so that people could sit underneath them. Carmelo's coach testified that they did not have a tent, that it was actually coming later with a second bus, and they didn't have enough students to justify bringing a tent at that moment, so they didn't have a place to shelter from the rain. Anthony apparently was friends with one of the kids from the tent. Several people saw he and Anthony dap up, greeting each other, and seemingly Carmelo Anthony, while he was in the tent, made some joke about "y'all are ass," referring to their football team. The friend, who weirdly enough denied kind of how close his relationship was with Carmelo Anthony, said that it was a joke. And by the way, Carmelo Anthony is not only the captain of the track team, but he was also captain of the football team. His senior year had been cut short because he had had an injury, a very severe one, and his shoulder was messed up. He had to wear a sling for part of the year. They also don't mention that Carmelo Anthony was already in the tent before the Metcalf twins entered it. It wasn't until the Metcalf twins came to the tent that they seemed to be the ones who had a problem with him being there. And it's pretty inconsistent across the 9 witnesses from the incident about where Austin's brother even was during this. Some said that he was right next to his brother. Some said that he was in the back of the tent. Some said that he was a couple bleachers down. Witness said that they heard Anthony say, "I'm a nobody," when students were asking why he was under their tent. And there doesn't seem to be any consistency on what the words Anthony was saying. And while they're trying to say that Anthony is the aggressor, the person that he was in there seeing literally thought it was funny, and he took out his phone and pretended to record it.
So y'all remember that too. That was Eddie. That was his so-called fake friend Eddie. We already know Eddie flipped and switched up on him. But what I like about what she's saying is she's laying it out like the truth, the truth that the courts did not want to show. And they didn't give no back information on Austin. Come on now.
personally don't believe that. No teenager just pretends to record things, especially since one of the witnesses said that after the incident, students were passing around a phone and looking at Anthony's Instagram page, which doesn't make sense. You wouldn't just pass the phone around. You would just ask for the handle and you would go to his Instagram page. What I think they were passing around was the video.
That's what they was passing around.
I think there was a video and they deleted it because it would have looked bad on Austin. I say that because
The more we know now, right? In hindsight, I thought this was a very good video because she kind of has a lot of it right from the beginning.
this person that Anthony was talking to didn't step up and say to the guys, hey, he's with me, we're just hanging out talking. And Karmelo's lawyer had to show a bunch of photos of the two together hanging out. They even
And that's my thing too. What happened to just being nice? What happened to just being decent people? What happened to greeting the brother with love? You know what I'm saying? We all here to play sports. Does it have to be a Bloods and Crips? It got to be helter skelter. You know, all of this, and none of this would be like this if Austin chose to act different. Austin and Hunter. I'm gonna put both of them because they twins. If they chose to keep their hands to themselves, none of this would be happening. But I'm gonna say, go ahead, peace to Karmelo Anthony, free Karmelo Anthony. We know he's gonna get out if justice prevail, but we already know how these devils do. Love, peace, blessings, and aloha. I'm out the Doha for sure.